Hey babe, I need to talk about something that's been weighing heavily on my heart. It feels like an admission of guilt and vulnerability at the same time, but I believe it's necessary for us to move forward with honesty and understanding. I want to express my feelings sincerely and let you know that I am truly sorry for bringing this up so late. It's important to me that we address this, and I hope you can find it in your heart to hear me out. I've done a lot of thinking lately and reached the realization that I never fully respected your love for me in the way you deserved. This realization didn't come overnight. It emerged after countless nights of soul searching, replaying memories, and reflecting on the moments we shared, both good and bad. Looking back at our relationship, I can see how my blind pride got in the way of appreciating everything you offered. I allowed my own sense of self importance to overshadow the remarkable love you poured into my life. I was so focused on my personal ambitions and my idea of independence that I failed to acknowledge how precious your support truly was. My mind was occupied with proving to myself, and perhaps to the world, that I could stand on my own 2 feet without help, while neglecting the fact that true strength can often arise from the support and care of someone who loves you unconditionally. That was a profound mistake on my part. I realize now that my pride manifested itself in subtle but powerful ways. I acted as though I didn't need anyone else's input, brushing off your concerns or advice when you tried to help me avoid pitfalls. I would insist on doing things my own way, almost as if I wore stubbornness like a badge of honor. Meanwhile, you were there all along, quietly offering your support in ways that sometimes went unnoticed by me. Preparing a meal to lift my spirits after a difficult day, texting me sweet messages to remind me I wasn't alone, or even just sitting with me in silence when words felt unnecessary. Now, I see those gestures for what they were: profound acts of love that should have melted my pride. Yet I was so convinced that I had everything under control that I missed the richness of what you were giving. My ego also made me dismiss your feelings at times. There were moments when you tried to open up and express your vulnerabilities, only for me to brush them aside. In my skewed sense of self reliance, I thought I could handle everything without needing to rely on you, or anyone else for that matter. It was as if I believed that admitting I needed love and support was a weakness. I see how that must have hurt you, to feel your expressions of care and emotion were not truly welcomed or valued. The regret I feel is immense, but I hope you understand how much I have grown since then. I remember certain instances that now replay like vivid dreams. We would be sitting together, maybe on the couch or sharing a quiet evening in a dimly lit room. You'd talk about your fears, your worries about the future, about us, about the pressure of everyday life, and I'd respond with a detached demeanor. I convinced myself at the time that I was being strong for both of us, but that wasn't strength. Real strength would have been to hold your hand, look in your eyes, and assure you that we were in this together. Instead, I closed myself off emotionally, believing I had to be a fortress. I failed to see that you just wanted to be let in. Furthermore, I regret how I sometimes made you feel unappreciated. I didn't acknowledge how deeply you cared for me, and that lack of recognition is something that weighs heavily on my heart. You poured so much of yourself into our relationship through acts of kindness, gentle words of encouragement, and unwavering belief in my potential. You believed in me even when I doubted myself. Yet, I was so enamored with my own drive to be self sufficient and unbreakable that I overlooked how important and valuable your love truly was. I'm sorry that it's taken me this long to see the magnitude of your devotion and how my pride prevented me from receiving it with open arms. It saddens me now to think about how much my attitude hurt you. In the moments we could have shared deeper emotional intimacy, I chose to stand apart. In the times you needed reassurance, I gave you distance. In the periods when you extended love, I responded half-heartedly. I recognize now that this pattern wasn't fair to you. You deserved better from me. You deserved a partner who was willing to meet you halfway, who would accept your love and reciprocate it wholeheartedly. And I, blinded by my ego, missed the chance to truly bond with you on that deeper emotional level. I also see now that vulnerability and openness are the foundations of authentic human connection. It might sound ironic, but I spent so much energy trying to be strong that I was, in fact, weakening our bond. True strength isn't about closing yourself off or pretending you have no weaknesses. It's about having the courage to open up and let another person in. It's about admitting that we all need help, love, and support at times. When we embrace that vulnerability, we allow the people who care about us to see us fully and to love us more completely. That is something I wish I had understood earlier in our relationship. In acknowledging that your love deserves respect and acknowledgement, I have learned a valuable life lesson. Love isn't just a feeling. It's a choice we make every day to show up for each other, to celebrate one another's strengths, and be patient with each other's flaws. It's a continuous act of nurturing, empathy, and kindness. You demonstrated that time and again. You were there for my victories, cheering me on as though my successes were your own. You stood by me in my failures, not judging me, but offering your hand to help me stand back up. Yet, I often took those gestures for granted, assuming it was all part of a pattern that would always exist without me needing to reciprocate in the same measure. I want you to know that I have had a change of heart. It was gradual at first, a small crack in the armor I wore. Over time, that crack widened as I realized how much of life's beauty I was missing by keeping you at arm's length. I understand now that letting you see my weaker moments, the times I feel unsure, the days I feel anxious or overwhelmed, does not diminish who I am. If anything, it offers a platform for our relationship to grow stronger through empathy and shared vulnerability. Instead of proving I can stand alone, I see the value in standing together. I'm sorry for the times I fell short of giving you the recognition you deserved. I'm sorry for the nights I pushed your comforting words away and the days I pretended like everything was fine when it wasn't. I wish I could rewind time to show you through my actions how grateful I am for your presence in my life. Unfortunately, I can't turn back the clock, but what I can do is pledge to be better moving forward. I can promise that I won't let my pride stand in the way of appreciating your love. I can vow to listen more, to express myself more honestly, and to cherish your vulnerability by responding with compassion. It's important to me that you know how sincerely I offer this apology. My words now are a testament to the introspection I've done. I've confronted my own flaws, not with shame, but with humility, and realized that if I truly love you, if I truly want to honor the bond we share, I need to show up wholeheartedly. That means casting aside my old patterns of self-reliance and bravado, and instead meeting you with the tenderness and genuine respect you have always deserved. It also means recognizing that our relationship is a partnership, a two-way street where both of us have needs that deserve to be acknowledged and met. As I look to the future, I do so with a renewed commitment to cherishing what we have. We can create new memories that reflect this deeper understanding. We can explore new ways of communicating that rely on openness instead of guardedness. We can build trust by being transparent about our emotions, whether they are joyful or painful. Above all, I want you to feel that your love is not just accepted but cherished, that your efforts are not just noticed but deeply valued. I never want you to question your worth or whether your devotion is recognized again. I hope you can forgive me for my past mistakes. I know forgiveness is a process, and trust has to be rebuilt over time through consistent actions and genuine care. I'm ready to do the work. I'm ready to learn from these mistakes and to practice daily the kind of love that is humble, empathetic, and receptive. True love deserves nothing less than our utmost respect and acknowledgement. You deserve nothing less than my full attention, appreciation, and devotion. I want you to know that you have always mattered to me, more than my pride or my misplaced sense of strength. I see clearly now that genuine strength arises when two people can rely on each other, share their weaknesses, and still remain united in hope and love. Your love taught me that. It took a long time for me to accept it, but I have, and I intend never to forget it again. Thank you for everything you have given me: your time, your care, your patience, and your unwavering support. Thank you for challenging me to grow, for comforting me when I was down, and for believing in me even when I didn't believe in myself. Thank you for opening my eyes to the fact that real courage means tearing down walls, not building them higher. I understand that words alone are not enough. I am prepared to match my words with actions, to demonstrate my newfound commitment to valuing your love. I hope that in time, my sincerity will shine through, and our connection will be all the stronger for having weathered these trials. You've shown me the power of unconditional love, and I promise to show you that your faith in me is well placed. In closing, I want you to know this: I love you deeply, and I'm truly sorry for not respecting your love in the past. I now see how precious every moment was, and is, with you. I cherish those memories and look forward to creating more, this time with genuine understanding and appreciation. My heart is open to you in a way it never was before, and I hope you can sense the sincerity in what I am saying. I am determined to give you the respect, acknowledgement, and support you so richly deserve. Thank you for hearing M.